All right, guys, so today I want to talk about how sore you should be getting after your workouts and whether or not soreness is a direct indication of you making progress or not. So when it comes to soreness or an extreme or increased amount of soreness, this happens for three reasons. So the first being you're an absolute beginner. You've never lifted before, you've never weight trained in your life before, and you're absolutely new to this. When you do start, you're going to experience a good amount of soreness. The second reason would be someone who's taken an extended period of time off of training. Whether you got injured, you went on vacation, whatever it may be, when you do come back from that extended vacation or extended time off of training, you will experience a good amount of soreness. The third and final reason is going to be because you changed your routine or you're doing a new exercise. Aside from that, you aren't going to experience a crazy or an increased amount of soreness compared to normal. Now, how sore should you be getting after your workouts? So there's a certain threshold where if you're super sore to the point where you can't train that muscle group on your next designated session, you have gone too hard. You pushed it way too far to be able to actually recover. That does nothing but actually hamper your ability to make progress and make gains. Now, if you're feeling sore for 1 to 2 days after your training session, where you can train that muscle group again within that same week, that is a sweet spot you want to be. Now, is soreness the direct correlation or the direct factor in us making progress? Absolutely not. So I want you to understand that soreness does not equal progress. So soreness is a byproduct of us progressively overloading over time. When it comes to hypertrophy training, and hypertrophy means growing, you essentially need to focus on 3 pillars, which I'm going to be going into in another video. But it is not the main focus. Soreness is something that we use to gauge our recovery. Now, if you are not getting sore at all, you definitely need to make a change. You might need to push yourself harder. You might need to push closer to failure. If you're wondering how close to push to failure, check out my video on execution and also the RPE scale or reps in reserve scale. But at the end of the day, you need to look at your intensity. You need to look at your overall volume. You need to look at your intention behind each individual rep, your execution of each individual rep. And if you're able to recover in that sweet spot of 1 to 2 days after your training, you feel a little spiciness in your muscle, and then you're able to get back into training, you are in a golden spot to be able to make consistent progress, but also not push yourself too far where you're not able to recover. So hopefully that makes sense, guys. If you have any questions on this or you'd like me to cover this more in depth, let me know. But make sure you understand soreness is not the end all be all. You really want to focus on progression, planning, and structured periodized training. And that is why it's so important to have a program and a consistent routine you stick with, not just change everything week to week.